This is a video I said the other day in the last video that I made that I was going to show a few things you might need if you want to get started on working on radios or whatever like that. This is the bench that I have in my front room on my shed. One thing you're going to need for sure, and you're going to use all the time, is a good soldering station. This is one of the cheaper ones. It's called it's spelled G-A-O-Y-U-E, and it's number 936. I think I bought this on eBay, probably about, I don't know, something like $50. I can't remember, it's been a while. This is one that I use on this bench. This bench here is kind of a bigger one. I built it myself out of 2x4s. So it's a good solid bench. You can put a lot of weight on it. You don't have to worry about it collapsing or anything. Something else you may want to use, I don't know. This isn't really necessary, but it's kind of handy to have. It's called freeze spray. When I worked at the TV shop, my boss used that quite a bit. What you do, you can spray it on a transistor, and that's not working. And sometimes, you know, if that's what's wrong with the problem, if that's the problem, this freeze spray will make the transistor kick in for just a few seconds until it heats up again, gets too hot. But that's a handy stuff to have. Of course, you're going to need all your hand tools. This right here is one of those little desoldering tools, or suction desoldering tools. And what you do, it's got a button on the top. You bring it down like that until it clicks. And then you put the end that's open, it's a hole. You put that on the soldering joint, and it's got this little yellow button here. You push it. Of course, you have to leave it on there until the solder begins to melt, and then you push this, and it kind of sucks the solder off of it. It works kind of okay, not great, but that's one. There's another pistol that you can buy. I've got it in the other room. It works a whole lot better. It's electric. It's got an electric little vacuum in it. So when it heats the solder up, push the button, and it just keeps sucking the solder up until you let go of the trigger. This is a transistor tester, and we have one of these just like this in the TV shop too. It'll tell you by the colors of the wires, your base, your emitter, your collector. This is an old style, but I still keep it and still use it. This is one of those little component testers, and it will check capacitors, resistors, transistors. It'll check just about any. I haven't found anything that it won't check. I use this infrared thermometer a lot. Well, not a lot, but every once in a while. It's a good thing to have. That's one way of checking if parts getting hot. I also have a Seiko thermal camera, and it plugs into your cell phone, and you can use that as a way of detecting if a part is getting too hot, or just point it at the whole board and you'll find the part that's getting hot. It also has this little blue yellow tin lens on it. It's a micro lens, and it kind of adds to the power of being able to tell what's getting hot. What it does, it helps you to see a smaller part a whole lot clearer than, you know, if you didn't have that camera lens on it. It comes off. It didn't come with it. Paid about $20–30 for just the lens, but it's kind of handy to have too. This is a signal generator that I have. I use it every once in a while, mostly on radios. You know, if you're trying to get the tone through the FM section of a radio, that's kind of handy to have. This is my oscilloscope. This is a Handtech DSO2 C15. Turn it on. takes a couple, well, about 5-10 seconds for it to come on. I'm not an expert on oscilloscopes. I do use it every once in a while, mostly just to learn, actually. This really isn't necessary to fix a little transistor radio. You don't need this at all. It's just fun to have. It's expensive. This one cost me about $300, maybe $350. I can't remember. It's hard to remember the prices of them. But yeah, that's really not necessary if all you're doing is fixing transistor radios. Now this is my better soldering station. It's got the heat gun on it. It comes with different ends. I've got like a medium size end on there because it seems to work the best. And you can set the temperature for the heat gun and for the soldering iron separate. You can run both of them independent of each other. This is the fan for that turns the blower on for the heat gun. And like I said, you can set the temperature. This is a 85A2D. It's not real expensive. I think I paid about, I don't know, 70, 80 bucks for it. This is a USB microscope that I bought. I bought the microscope with another stand. I think I paid about, I don't know, 20 bucks for it, something like that. But what I did, I went ahead and bought this all metal stand that really made a difference as far as being able to adjust it and use this and make good use out of it. Yeah, I would definitely buy the stand again. This is the original stand. It doesn't have the wheels to bring it up and down. So what you got to do, you got to loosen the back, and then you have to put it where you want it and then tighten it up. Well, see, that makes it hard to focus your microscope. This one, it just brings it up and down, and you can focus it just like it's a real microscope. It really comes in handy. That's a good stand. I bought it on eBay. Paid 25 to 30, I don't know, but it's that makes this way more usable.